Homesteading is gaining in popularity for a good reason, but why would you want to homestead? Of course it's about being more self-sufficient, or maybe you want to slow down from the hustle of modern-day life. Or perhaps you just want to experience growing your own garden, or learning more about farm animals. Homesteading is a lifestyle that's centered around self-sufficiency, sustainability, and the connection to the land. It involves growing your own food, raising animals, and preserving produce you harvest during the season. There are all levels of homesteading. You don't have to leave the city to homestead. You don't even have to have 10 or 20 acres to get on the road to be more self-sufficient. When we first started our garden, I don't even think it crossed our minds to be self-sufficient. We raised vegetables because we loved vegetables. It quickly became addictive, and what a great addiction to have. Working outside with nature, learning new skills, and eating the best food possible in season. A grocery store tomato just isn't the same after you have had a freshly homegrown one picked off the vine. Growing a garden and raising animals can also help you prepare for emergencies. By having a food source right out your back door gives you a bit of security, and preserving your own fruits and vegetables extends that security. The more we can rely on ourselves in today's day, the easier it will be to go about our daily task if things go wrong in the world, or even in our personal lives. You never know, and by having a garden, you can at least feed yourself. Gaining experience now will help you be prepared later on if need be. It's hard to learn new skills overnight. Not that a situation can't push you to learn things faster, but it's much less frustrating if you can learn them over time. Building soil for better production takes time. Learning the perfect time to put cauliflower or tomatoes in the ground so that they don't just go to seed or freeze is really a part of skill building. Line upon line, precept upon precept. I grew up with parents that taught me to love nature, gardening, and to be self-sufficient on a need-to basis back then. My mom bottled all summer long, and I remember sitting in the fruit room eating entire bottles of pears. This is where my love of homesteading began, in a sense, and I didn't even know it back then. My dad is 95 and my mom is 88, and they're both still going strong. I contribute that to their healthy lifestyle. Getting outside, exercising, eating well, getting vitamin D, and they still garden today. When you have an abundance, you can sell some of your crops to earn a little extra to buy things that you don't grow or raise. I can't preserve all of my fruit. We have 48 fruit trees crammed onto our 1/2 acre, producing literally thousands of pounds of fruit each year. By selling a portion, I offer good quality local produce to the community, earning a little extra for the items that we don't grow and have no waste. To me, this is a way that our homestead offsets extra costs for needs and things like hay for the goats and food for the chickens that I can't raise because of our small acreage. By gardening what you want, you preserve what you want for winter use. And what you preserve is far better than anything that you can get at the grocery store. No preservatives, no sugar, and a lot less salt. By spending time preserving, you have a better connection with your food. This is something that's being lost in today's modern day. We need these skills now to pass down to our future generations. Keeping chickens can offer many benefits to the homestead beyond their egg production. They are great recyclers of the garden and kitchen scraps, and in return offering free fertilizer for the garden, creating a more self-sustaining garden. They are entertaining for kids and adults. Even 2 chickens can add to self-reliance. Every little step, no matter how small, is a step towards homesteading, a step to a good life. We raise dairy goats because they fit into our small homestead fairly easy. They can be friendly, entertaining, and kidding time is joyful, and it's great for children to experience. This is an excellent life-teaching skill. Goats also benefit the garden through their manure. It makes the best compost. By homesteading and gardening, you get the chance to nurture the land you steward by building it up through your gardening, compost, and caring for the ecosystem. It all begins with the soil. We get the chance to improve it, even at a microscopic level over time. Homesteading is a great way to raise kids. They learn to love God's creatures and care for them at an early age. It teaches them respect for animals and nature, work ethics, where their food comes from, the cycle of life, and why God gave us these animals. There is absolutely nothing better than watching my grandkids love our farm animals, the insects in the garden, and eating fresh peas from the garden. Homesteading can help preserve traditional skills. You might choose to raise heritage breeds, save heirloom seeds, or other aspects of cultural heritage that may be at risk of being lost in modern society. Planting and learning about herbs, both culinary and medicinal, add to your self-sufficiency even more. You don't have to homestead to grow these, but they are a part of the natural flow of caring for yourself, adding to your knowledge, and used for the care of farm animals. They are a holistic approach to your well-being. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. A sprinkle of herbs a day keeps the pharmacist away. Composting and homesteading go hand in hand. Even if you only have a small garden and no animals, you can still compost. Put what would otherwise be waste back into the ground, building healthy soil. And it creates a full circle, turning waste into black gold. Homesteading is often seen as a way of slowing down and embracing a simpler, more intentional way of life. In today's fast-paced world filled with technology, constant communication, and busy schedules, homesteading offers a retreat from the hustle and bustle. That's incredible. Even if you can't completely break away from this, even a few hours a day or a week, by immersing yourself in tasks like gardening, animal care, food preservation, and sustainable living practices, homesteading can encourage you to slow down and appreciate the present moment. That one's beautiful. Daily tasks on a homestead often follow natural rhythms and require time and effort, encouraging individuals to move at a more deliberate pace. This slower approach allows for mindfulness, creativity, and a deeper sense of fulfillment in completing tasks and caring for the land. Through activities like gardening, cooking meals from scratch, and crafting home goods, homesteading can cultivate a greater appreciation for the process of creation and the value of self-reliance. It feels so good to create and use what was created with love. By focusing on sustainable practices, these wholesome tasks can find a sense of peace, purpose, and connection by slowing down and living in harmony with God's divine creations. Sitting down to the table with foods that you've grown and prepared brings togetherness. Slowing down to listen to your family gives you the opportunity to reconnect and share what's important, what happened that day, something we all can use more of on a daily basis. Growing a garden is more than just growing a garden. We have to always be learning something new. We become problem solvers. We learn patience, at least we try. And that's good for our minds, to keep them healthy and active. The natural lifestyle on a homestead can have a positive impact on our physical and mental health. Have you ever just sat and watched bees collecting pollen? This can make an anxious day almost immediately turn into a relaxed, calm day. There's so many reasons to homestead on so many levels. Does it take much ground to homestead? No. We do it on a half acre, producing 80% of the food that we consume. We aren't off-grid and we don't produce everything, but it's a step in the right direction. Being outside, getting some sunshine, working in the garden, the orchard, and taking care of animals all keeps you on your toes, and this all helps you sleep better at night. Maybe this is just the beginning. But for now, it's a good life, a full life, even a crazy life. Is it hard at times? Absolutely. You might even be vegan and don't want to incorporate animals. And that's okay. Thank God, God made us all different. And if we have faith, we can do anything. And that's why we should homestead.